Good evening to all of you, old and new, and welcome to the Sahari Show! In case this is your first time here, this is the show where we catch up on all our favorite contestants, talk about recent episodes of the show, and answer all your questions. I'm one of your hosts, Kaywireee, and next to me is the always gorgeous, always classy Sahari Jang.
Wanga Fruge. Borba Quest. Gaba Pomeranguas. Confulibo. Minnesota Soberano?
I couldn't have said it better. Wherever you're watching this from, I hope you're doing well. I'm rooting for ya. So, tonight's schedule. I'll first preface by apologizing because we do not have a special guest with us tonight. The past 3 episodes have been elimination legs, so that's already 3 sections of catching up with our favorite eliminated racers. We have lots to talk about tonight, so let's get into it.
Wamba Boy Yambalala. Kanumi. Merkel Zero?
This was probably one of my most anticipated legs in my planning. Like, I got the Snowy Escape Pack just to make a leg like this. I love the snowy setting and all the winter sports and all the injuries. The vending machines one especially were so funny. It was definitely like a physical leg and felt the most amazing race in my opinion. Definitely a top tier leg.
Tuba Wayna. Confulibo Daba. Shamagra. Sublur Baroda. Ruhana. Bobsini, Nabora, Shazzle?
Actually no. I think I included pretty much everything that there was in this leg. I may have cut out a bunch more snowboard fails, but that's probably about it. Well, enough about me, let's talk about the elimination. It was definitely the saddest one for me at the time, seeing how hard they worked to catch up and be eliminated anyway. They were a very polarizing team, so let's bring them out here now. Everybody, welcome Malik and Mason. What is up, boys? You had such a strong start to the race and you were definitely pegged as the early frontrunners to your U-turn in Leg 3 and then your downfall in Mount Komorebi. What happened?
You're big. Zersa Anarbam Bufa. Yadumsa Legenzo. Fene. Chankina. Barbamul Sabrim. Flum Apalachapa. Kisapay. Neofluf. Skibero Dabishi. Dasp Umbek.
Well, it was definitely very close. I know I was on the edge of my seat when you were climbing alongside Mackenzie T and Johnson. And I know the answer to this, but enlighten the audience. How close were you behind Mackenzie and Oliver?
Saba, Vanish, Sabo. Oh, Bokana, Jarjuk, Sekalau. You're big.
Yeah, that's spot on. You were 25 minutes behind, but yeah, it was just one climb away. So, any good memories on the race or any takeaways?
Zarzuya Yerblink. Uchi Pichi? Zarzuya. Oh, Slekim Kinkoi. Pukanoi. Sefa. Gobafa. Snasha. Tonkupu Espinal Dasp.
You two were pretty much classed as the villains of the season so far. What do you think about that? Do you agree?
Arpanaya Bonan Grabe. Kisnoi. Lasamuya Bonds. Aduka Walake. Rainik Feferu. Ashan Frambir. Yoyam Galan. Blornal Stop. Zarzuya. Oh, Slekim Kinkoi. Yabipa. Jamul.
Yeah, I thought U3 was solid. Trust me, that U-turn took me by surprise too. Do you think you could have gone further if you survived Mount Komorebi?
Chankina, Barbamul Sabrim. Organ Orga Flash, Azarik, this rack. Klaskanaya, Tenebib. Philpa, Shursanitva.
Well, I love your never-ending confidence. So, we're almost at the end of our section. Are there any teams left that you're hoping would take home the win?
Wappa now. I am Moibim. Wadida. Ulitz Pagorbane. Muska yo Antrib. Jasapa Oxino. Golarga. Batanaba Antrib. Frong. Swish Garza. Tom.
You two are hilarious. Well, it's been lovely having you on the race. You two were very fun to watch while it lasted. Everybody, another hand for Malik and Mason. All the best in school, I guess. It was like a lake filled with like so many good moments and funny memories, even if the tasks weren't like that exciting or new. First of all, the Mackenzies fought it out and their husbands/boyfriends are now involved too. And then the bubble blowing fails, and Mackenzie Oliver dancing fails. We were robbed of a Mackenzie and Mackenzie intersection though, although I think they would rather wait for the next team than to even work with each other, so... Also, I wish I had some more behind the scenes to show, but as the teams dwindle, I pretty much already show everything that there is.
Recolulu Saquinario. Telvajero Umbra.
Yes! Welcome back, my hotties! I am your creator! So, what have you been up to since the race? I imagine all the ladies and gents are probably knocking on those fire station doors non-stop.
Ulak Muchi Pichi. Trip. Shibi Merkib. Mola.
Flix. Yabrano Darza. Gachoy. Nasine Pafarble.
Slufa Warmba. Stern Zerpa Nooch.
Quinky Hispa. Franj Banfa. Kusha.
Segor.
Bine.
Nova.
Gibbs. Grachao. Blah 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 blah. Blah blah blah.
Eager Dube. Ooh, Kaba Dizzy Inja. Oh,
My goodness, my boys are growing up. Oh, great to hear your love lives are thriving. So, let's talk about the race. You were minutes behind Santiago and Evander and Albert and Ophelia. Did you think you made the wrong detour choice? What was going through your heads at the time?
Dodavepi. Omiba Dodavepi. Pomeray Quas. Parfase Schwoz. Teebs Parfase Horib.
You can arguably say that the intersection with Albert and Ophelia was the reason you guys were so far behind, when you were like the second super team to reach the bubble blowing detour. So, you hold any bitter feelings for the two or something?
Arbanaya Umfra. Ah, Nilshaba. Tomarimpa.
Obisha. Free Bono. Herbachalif. Hispaniba Whelm. Pator.
Well, did you have any favorite moments in the race? You got close to a win a couple of times.
Enkel Mifla. Beckanoy Shuna. Goosh if we know. Tam. Auna.
Descos? Gipara. De Fool. Yo Swabo, you Norg? Yeah, through ya. But here to range. Funobe.
I mean, I surely would not have minded making you two into werewolves, you know? And I think some of the fans also think the same. And speaking of the fans, I actually have a fan question today, and I guess I can combine these two in some way. Let's do a quick kill Woohoo and Mary, shall we? Roberto Saze and Shiliu asked for Mackenzie T, Mackenzie D, and Crystal.
Carzini Saquinario. Fresh. Lick la shippe. Ah, souffle.
Uspe. Fenerba. Raga. Enizuki. Sugarblue. Meh.
Paguna de Roy. Wish de board.
Hansel. Shabenne.
Okay, before you leave, the question we ask everybody, who are you rooting for to win the race?
Palachaba, Shamoosh, Obisha, Free Bono,
Alfonso, Nibwam Rimple, Bakoya Shaper.
Amazing answers! This is probably the first time I see Albert and Ophelia mentioned as a winner pick. Well, thank you guys so much for your time, and all the best at the fire station!
Yay, boo!
Febine Lovo Bonefi. Canathoi Narble. Milshaba.
Oh my god, it was honestly hell. The setup and testing of this leg took forever. So I know Lick Ludwig is supposed to transform Sims with the dormant wolf trait into werewolves on a full moon, but it just did not work for me. I tried everything, okay? It must have been my mods or something. Maybe the game's internal clock or something didn't sync because it did not work. As a result, I had to make everybody werewolves before even going into the lake, which is why they already had the occult plum bob when they were in Windenburg. It was pretty hilarious because racers who were friends would autonomously spar as werewolves. So yes, there are many clips of racers just going at it for fun that I had to cut out. And scaring Nancy and the others. Enjoy.
Rubin Apollo Chaba, Lord Prosh, Kurgadon Yadavel.
Well, I cheated to get the full moon, but it got a little bit annoying, especially at the roadblock when everyone's fury kept increasing. And also, every werewolf in the area is also on a rampage. So yeah, there's Mackenzie going at it with another werewolf. After this roadblock, at the face-off and beyond, I cheated away the full moon, so that's why you didn't see any other Fury episodes for the rest of the episode. It was rough at the beginning, but the end was fine, and it was all worth it. I was so entertained, and I hope you all were too.
The Gluna Commune. The Torque Bashoshi. Sistoon Turib. Pithatow.
Ah, I love this question. So only one person can be in the tunnels at any given time, so I filmed all 7 teams' journeys separately in 7 short videos. Even when one person entered the tunnel, I have to like teleport the other one out of sight. And after that, I just ran time at like 3x speed and just answered the prompts as they came out as they re-exit the tunnel. As for Chidinma and Rochelle, I think they just got really unlucky because unlike Granite Falls, the events here are very random, I guess. Chidinma and Rochelle got a lot of random events when they were going through the tunnels, like the picking up poof and stuff. Iconic, by the way. And not to mention, they also went to the wrong place like Santiago and Evander did. And for reference, they were only about 40 minutes behind Santiago and Evander and 20 minutes behind Albert and Ophelia when they exited the tunnels. I think the Amazing Race editing back and forth between challenges can sometimes distort time, but in reality, it was just a very tight race.
Waga Fruit. Warba Quest.
Oh, it's definitely time. Everybody, let's bring out the stars of episode 7, or I guess the stars of the whole race pretty much. Mackenzie and Oliver, give them a big hand. Mackenzie and Oliver, you two are looking gorgeous. Nice to see you two cleaned up after the race. How have you been doing?
Squamish, Gorsai, Flazovilpa.
Misa Faba, Tamonopaz. Miranai, Whitney. Apollo Chaba, Crezo.
Batanabi Finosa Golarga, Stum Satura.
Swande Shwema. Binarp Shells. Camus Dwayne. Zagalafib Sick Booster.
Well, that is great to hear. Running the leg as werewolves must have been really tough. What are your thoughts on the leg and your elimination? Hey, whoa. I just think it's funny to pick on y'all, okay? The fans love your constant displeased being on the race.
Merkel Zira, Daba. Pandoli Usanet. Smishy Yafana.
Espina. Funoob soon. Chinjil Shopa.
You spoke about wanting to participate in the race to get rid of your scandal. Would you say you achieved that? That bad, huh? There's definitely plenty of moments for your fans to focus on from the race instead. Did you have any favorite moments on the race? I know Oliver said he couldn't take in much from always trying to escape from the back of the pack, but I was wondering if that changed.
The North say Pando. Tuma Fanul. Chimna. Pena Swarbo. Floopy Yaspa. Ship Noi.
Batanabi Finosa Golarga, Stum Satura.
And Fabi Narble. Franj. Wesa Boo Moochie Peachy. Mevo Laba.
Well, I'm glad you two still had a decent time on the race. Did you know your average placement is only better than the first 3 boots of the race? I kid, sorry. Last question, and you can be on your way. Who are you rooting for to win the race?
Rubin Apollo Chaba. Lord Prosh. Seneca. Belindi.
Open base whiz. Servino yap yam. Hey moose.
Well, thank you for that very entertaining session, Mackenzie and Oliver. You two brought the drama, and I'm so glad you decided to race with us. All the best in everything, you two! Welcome to the final question of today's episode. You know the drill by now. We're gonna answer all your burning questions sent to us over the past 3 episodes. Let's get right into it. Sahari, firing at you. Random Crew Fan asks, have you ever thought that you will become a talk show host? And who do you think were favorites in Big Brother and The Challenge?
And Bobby Narble. Franj. Bumkaro Sambisi. Clem. Gaba, Pomerade, Guas, Confulibo, Wavu, Ruskan Lampima, Muchi Pichi, Sensibi Kiniku, Swarsa, Githara.
Alright, and the second part of this question's for me. Would I ever cast Connor and Corinne in the very amazing race? Heck yes. I think Connor definitely needed Corinne's skill set to succeed, so yeah, I don't know, it's very possible in the future. Speaking of second chances, a little cheese wants to know how you are reacting to the positive feedback after your first appearance.
Chonkavi, Shabashu Kanumi, Wambavoy Yambalala.
And looky here, some follow-up questions for me. Aww. How long does it take me to edit a single episode and my plan for 1,000 subs? Well, editing takes so long because I don't actually record my voice when I film, so my process is arranging the clips, adding my voice lines, and then all the additional editing stuff. So that takes about 6 to 8 hours usually. Most of it is just me being extra and wanting to add things. I don't think video editing typically takes people that long. As for my 1,000 subs idea, I don't know. I know a lot of y'all say I deserve it and I appreciate it, but I think it'll be a long while till I reach that goal. I may run a poll when I'm closer to this milestone, I guess. Another idea for a video is a recreation of the reality show Physical 100, which my Discord let me know recently. It features 100 contestants of all shapes and sizes battling out in like a Squid Game-like competition, minus the death. I'm thinking of doing this, but with like every past contestant that has been on a reality show so far, because I'm sure that's already 100 right now.
Minnesota Saburano? Candele. Lindsay Nurska. Ghana Shuna. Thar Benip.
Oh my gosh, I get so many ideas and I just don't have the time to make it all happen, honestly. Besides the big 4 that I'm doing right now, I guess, I also really want to do some sort of love-related show, preferably like Love Island if I can get together a working product. I'd also love to do a Traitors or some sort of murder mystery season again as well if I can find the time. Ooh, and Total Drama! I want to recreate World Tour somehow because that season is magical. Ooh, this is an interesting one. Mr. Lady Pink Gamer asked about Dylan the Werewolf. Have I been training him to learn Transformation Mastery? Well, last I heard, no one's ever seen him again. Also, Transformation Mastery will probably be a requirement if he wants to participate in my shows again. I kind of forgot that was an option for him last time, so that's why he like raged out. On the same line, H-Lane said he loves the werewolf designs. Aw, thank you! Half of them is me like spiting the racers, so I'm glad you liked them. And the answer is yes, I love werewolves ever since I got them. I've been meaning to include more occults in my season, so you will definitely see them again. Next question. User Life is Strange asked, now that the brothers are eliminated, who will be the villains of the season? Oh my gosh, this is hard. Especially now that Mackenzie and Oliver were also gone too, otherwise I would have said them. I think the most potential is Mackenzie and Johnson or Crystal and Zach. Mostly Crystal. Mackenzie and Johnson are internal fighting right now, but as we saw with the drink throwing, it may extend elsewhere, you know? So maybe that way we'll get some villains. I have no idea otherwise. What do you think, Sahari?
Rezo Tharbo. Dabishi. Bobsami Nabora. Shazzle? Rekalulu Saquinario. And Bobby Narble. Franj.
I may have to disagree with you on that. I love drama too much to have no villains. I really hope something happens next episode. Alright, to close us out, let's have Caleb Cook's question. What's the next reality show in planning and will there be an all-stars for contestants of all my shows in one season? The next season will hopefully be Survivor Blood vs. Water, and I'm very excited to say that I have picked up most of the cast out already. It's gonna be so fun. And as for the All-Stars questions, I kind of treat the challenge as already some sort of All-Star season for the other 3 shows, but maybe I can do something like a total drama for returnees across all the shows. I don't know. This is a fun idea to brainstorm. I'll think about it. Well, that concludes this episode of the Sahari Show for tonight. Thank you for watching and for all your questions. We hope we gave you some funny bits that you don't see in the show and answered all your questions as best as we could. The next Sahari Show will premiere after 3 episodes of The Sims Amazing Race, so we're discussing episodes 8, 9, and 10. Until next time, good night. If you enjoyed that video, hey, don't forget to leave me a like. I'll greatly appreciate it. I hope you all have an amazing rest of the week ahead, and don't forget to take good care of yourselves, okay? See ya!